What is going on? So I'm gonna be streaming or posting this video on maybe 2 or 3 different YouTube channels. I run like 4 channels on here. So I might post this on Woke Nation Podcast, the Juice Podcast, and maybe D and Juice YouTube channel, whatever, right? So that's what you're seeing here. So if you're watching this on Woke Nation Podcast, be sure to be on the email list. That's over at wokenations.com, wokenations.com. I'll leave the link in the box below. Join the website, or join the email list, by logging on to the website. And the website is not below, like I said before. Once you click on the website link, it'll take you to the web page. Obviously, you'll see a section where you leave your first and last name, and that's where you can sign up to become a member of the email list. Super simple stuff, self-explanatory. You'll see it right when you hit the website. The link to the website. It's easy. So that is one channel. If you're on D and Juice channel, YouTube channel, more information down below. Our socials, my wife and I socials, down below in the box. And last but not least, if you're on D Juice Podcast, and more information down below as well. My socials and all that other stuff. Check out my music on Spotify, Apple, all that. Support. Everything is in the box below for all channels. So any more information about me or this channel or the podcast, or join the email list, everything is in the box below. So head down there right now for further information. Let's talk finally. All right. So I want to talk about basically, and it's not to shame any podcasters, any YouTubers or content creators, but I do love to bring awareness. That's what I love to do the most. I love spreading awareness, right? I love to just keep people aware of what's going on. And what I'm seeing is this. Again, not to throw shade, not to put shame or put down any content creators or podcasters, but I'm seeing this. And this is kind of directed to the so-called black content creators, right? I did quotes because I don't think people are black, but they're different topic, different story, different conversation. But to the so-called black content creators who run podcasts or YouTube channels or live streams, this video is for you as well, and for your followers, and for people who are into your content. Let's talk finally after 2 minutes. I've noticed that a lot of podcasters, a lot of so-called black content creators, a lot of them, before they became content creators, right? A lot of people have been complaining about this idea that they don't have a voice in social media. There's no actual space for them to just converse, have discussions, debates, whatever, right? Have some type of a voice or some type of space to do all those things, right? That was always, for some reason, the argument or the frustration for a lot of people, of not having the space, not having some type of, again, space to just talk amongst each other and just to figure out information and blah, 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 right? So keep that in mind. You've been crying about not having the space to just have conversations and debates and blah, blah, blah. In 2023, all that has changed in terms of now you do have the space to talk about things. You do have platforms that you can, join or create an account on to do this stuff, to have a voice, to talk and blah, 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 right? You have the space to do this, which is awesome, because this is, to me, by far one of the best times to earn money online by putting out content that people enjoy watching. It is like the best time to do this. And this is awesome. This is for all groups, race groups, so-called Caucasian, dark-skinned, Hispanic, whatever, right? Everyone has the space to have a voice to speak now. We have our own space, right? Here's the problem I'm seeing. With that said, about people have now space to talk and have those platforms. Now that you have the space to do this, right? This is for the so-called black content creators, right? Now that you have the space to talk amongst each other about whatever, right? Problems, not problems, whatever. Now that you have that kind of space, to me, I've noticed most black content creators, all they ever talk about is something in regards of so-called black men and black women relationships, right? Let me try to be a little more clear when I say that. I've noticed all they ever talk about is some type of relationship stuff, dating, marriage, and just something to that nature, right? This woman named Eboni K. Williams, I think that's her name. a couple of weeks ago, there was this big uproar where she made this comment that she would not date a bus driver, right? And she's a so-called black woman, and she made that comment. And a lot of people had a problem with her saying that. A lot of people had a problem with her saying she wouldn't date a bus driver because basically she's trying to say they don't really make enough money in that term, because, you know, she makes more than them, and it's just not her preference to date someone that makes less money and they're just a 9-to-5 worker. You know, it kind of came off as she needs more than that. Like, there's a problem dating people who are 9-to-5 workers, or like people who work in those fields, like blue collar type workers, right? So she has a problem with, you know, dating men and those on those levels, or a level in life, if that makes any sense, right? Blue collar workers. So she made that comment that she would not date a man who's a bus driver or a taxi driver, or, you know, stuff like that. I mean, someone that works in construction. You get my drift. So she made that comment, and a lot of content creators had a problem with her saying that. They put out podcast episodes, live streams, YouTube. Every time I turn around, I see a so-called black content creator or creators, this is what they're talking about. This is all they ever talk about when I just run into their channel or some type of clip or story or reel or Facebook reel. It's something about dating and marriage, and I don't have a problem with that, right? There's no problem with talking about marriage and dating. If it seems like there's a problem, I'm sorry, that's not the intent. There's no problem. I'm just saying this is all you ever talk about. Relationship, men against women, women against men, manosphere, that's all they ever talk about, bro. A lot. I'm talking, again, not to throw shade, but a lot of these channels are, and I'm actually a fan of some of these channels, right? Channels like Anton Daniels, what's that dude name? God, I don't remember his name, but there's more, bro. I just don't remember their name. Oh, that one dude, the Celebrity Junk channel. What's his name? I don't have their names on top of my head. I'm so sorry, but it's just I see their videos pop up on my homepage, obviously, and Oshay Do Jackson. That's the last name, Do Jackson, something like that. Oshay Do Jackson, Umar Johnson. That's all these guys ever talk about, bro. It's not to throw shade. It's not to throw shade. This is what I see a lot, right? You talk about the same stuff. Now that you have a voice, this is all you ever talk about. And it's crazy. Let's keep going. With all that said, to me, I think there's so much more to talk about within the so-called black space, right? Because since you're so caught up on the manosphere, the men against women, the women against men conversations, you know, they would not date bus drivers, blah, 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 blah. Now that you're so focused on this, to me, I think that could be a problem. Just my personal, you know, opinion, right? Just my opinion about it. I think it's a problem sometimes, because now that you have a voice, again, you have this space to talk amongst each other. There's so much more going on earth that should be discussed within the so-called black space, besides just women against men, men against women, manosphere, bus drivers. Not, you get it. There's so much more to discuss, so much more important things to discuss besides those topics they just constantly talk about. Constantly. What I'm saying is this: in 2023 and so on, the world is going to change drastically. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about AI, robots, automation. This is coming. This is coming. It's slowly becoming a thing in society where these systems, these projects will take over society. Meaning they will start taking your jobs. There won't be a need for forklift drivers. There won't be a need for cashiers, people that work at McDonald's. There just won't be a need for you anymore because of automation, right? So a lot of so-called dark-skinned people, work in these jobs. You're at McDonald's, you're warehouse working. A lot of you work there. Not to shame you or bash, but it is what it is. A lot of you work in these environments, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is this: your jobs are at risk, especially in today's world, because automation will become bigger and bigger and bigger. Companies will definitely adopt the idea of robots and AI, getting the job done without relying on humans to do the work. Again, a lot of so-called black people work in these spaces, and this is a threat to your job. This is a threat to your job if you're not paying attention. Even truck drivers. I'm not saying it's going to happen in 5 years, but they are talking about this because self-driving cars are becoming better and better. They're becoming more advanced. The more they put out, it gets better. At some point, they will put out self-driving trucks too. It's already out. It's just being fine-tuned. It'll be here. It will be here. With that said, that means your job is at risk. You will become irrelevant because there's no need for you when we have automation. Because automation doesn't take, time off. They're not on vacation. They're not taking, paternity leave. They're not taking sick days. They're not complaining. They're not getting hurt on the job. And they're 24/7. It's a robot. It doesn't need to take a break, a half an hour or an hour lunch break. Humans need to do that. But I'm just trying to paint this picture that this is not being discussed in most black spaces. It's just not happening. And this is why all y'all talk about is relationship stuff. It's not a problem. You can talk about these things, obviously, but to just keep talking about the same stuff, acting as if there's other things that's going on earth should not be discussed, such as automation. What does that really mean? It means your job is at risk because companies will adopt the idea of saving money and time by just getting a robot or some kind of AI, system or, automation. They will definitely gravitate towards those options than a human being. It means you're going to lose a lot of money. It means you won't find enough work. A lot of you don't really have skills like that. So who's going to be hiring you since these low-end jobs, these McDonald's type jobs, Taco Bell, cashiers at Walmart, greeters and all this stuff, a warehouse that has machines, forklift operation, a cherry pick, all these will be automated at some point. It will be automated at some point. And when that happens, it'll be a lot more, tougher finding work in society because there's no need for you anymore. This is what I don't hear people discuss in these black spaces. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's just more talks about the manosphere and the men's and the women's and against this. And, I went there, the bus driver and the young Miami's talking about, I don't know what they be talking about, but just all this focus on this stuff. It's not a problem, but there needs to be some type of a balance. We need to discuss the fact that automation will take a lot of your jobs away in the future. We should talk about these things more, and we're not doing it. And that's the problem I have with these so-called black spaces, these podcasters, these live streamers, these these content creators just talk about like this stuff almost every day, bro. Every day. To me, it's almost like they're distracting you of the real focus. Meaning a focus of getting a new skill that's valuable and that's profitable. Meaning a skill that's in demand, such as something in tech or the STEM field. Or just something that's going to make you a lot of money so you don't get left behind. Because it's going to get really tough in the future. Tough meaning less jobs are going to be available for you. The jobs I'm referring to are the low-end jobs, the warehouse working, the grocery stores. All those things will go away soon. It's already gone. If you do pay attention, if you go to Walmart, maybe around here, I don't know, here in South Florida, around here, pretty much every supercenter Walmart or just a neighborhood Walmart store, they have removed most of their human cashier lines. Now it's all self machines, self checkouts. It's already happening. So if you have been paying attention, it's already taking place. If you've been to Taco Bell lately, they have kiosks, right? If you don't know what a kiosk is, it's basically a computer cashier machine, almost like self-checkout, right? But you place your order on this computer machine, you place the order, and they make your food in the back. There's no need for a cashier. The same thing is also available at McDonald's stores, kiosk. I've been to a clinic lately, and they also have kiosks there as well. And I went to this one clinic, really fancy clinic. I went there, and basically once I walked inside the door, usually there's someone in the front to take your first and last name. You have to sign in, show your ID. Some human being is signing you in. You have to show some type of piece of documents to sign yourself in to blah blah blah. It's a clinic, and that person was removed from that one clinic that I went to, and that's a bunch of kiosks. It's a bunch of computers. You take your ID, you put it on the computer, it scans your information, it signs you in. And there's no need for someone to be in the front anymore. They removed someone from the front, basically, so someone lost their job. There's no job for that anymore in that clinic. This will become a thing. And this is what I'm talking about. So yeah, like I said in the very beginning of this video, I'm glad everyone has a voice. They have the space to talk. The platforms are available nowadays. I'm glad people are making money on social media, having these different types of podcast shows or YouTube channels or whatnot. I'm happy for you. But keep in mind, there's a lot more going on earth that should be discussed on your shows. You should bring this up to your followers, your listeners, especially the so-called black community. You need to bring them up to speed. Even if they don't care to watch this stuff, still be aware that this is happening. You better start making some moves now. Not to scare you, this is not some doom and gloom type of video, but it's just the truth. You better get a new skill fast. Not any type of skill, a skill that's valuable and that can make you a lot of money, basically. And those skills, to me personally, are something in tech or the STEM field, meaning something maybe with development, software engineering, maybe you're into sales, project management, IT, digital marketing, something in tech. Get involved. Start doing some research and focus on that and not get left behind, because I'm telling you, as inflation keep going up, cost of living is going up, they are going to replace these jobs with automation. They have to. It's less time and money for them. I spend less money by getting a robot to do your job. This is what I saw at the clinic, at Walmart, at Taco Bell, and McDonald's. A bunch of computers. A bunch of computer systems. So yeah, to all the so-called black spaces, at least make this aware to your listeners. This is what I'm saying to you. It's not to throw shade, because I'm a fan of a lot of these channels. I think they do a lot of great job. Even your Anton Daniel type show, he does talk about automation a lot too. He does. But he does talk about the men against women thing a lot. I'm like, here we go again. I'm like, golly. It's like there's more to life than this. There's more to life than the drama. I know people love drama, but also sprinkle some awareness as well in terms of money. How much money are you making per year? Can you afford to live where you live nowadays? Make more money. Legally, obviously, by getting new skills. Do this. So much love to you. Again, not to throw shade, but please, man, let's start talking about deeper topics that are, to me, relevant in terms of people earning money and getting new skills so they can live better lives, get out of these terrible communities, these ghettos and these hoods, right? Eating better food, cleaner foods, just a better way of life, because you have the money to do these things. Eat clean foods, travel, network, but it all comes from you making more money, surrounding yourself with different, people in your circle who are going to help you evolve into a better person. I sound crazy right now, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Surround yourself with like-minded people who will help you evolve into a better person, who will give you information that's going to help you understand, I need to change in terms of getting new skills so I can make more money and live a better life and not get left behind and struggle because I don't have the money to do so. Don't be that person. Don't focus so much on the manosphere stuff. Have fun with it, But again, talk about automation, AI, because this is to me the new industrial revolution. Automation, AI, that stuff is new revolution. It literally is. Get involved and not get left behind. Much love to you. Be safe out there. Again, shout out to all the things I have available down below in the box, and you're all set. See you on the next video. Peace out.